to the 19th annual Highlander HOOPFEST. This is the first round game matchup of two winless teams, the Somerville Highlanders versus the Salem Lady Witches. And Jack, this is the first round for Somerville, first time you're playing the opponent of the Northeast Conference in this round. That game does not count towards the record, though, in the Northeast Conference.
It does not, and what we have here today, Jeff, is going to be a turnover contest. Which team can commit the fewest? Both have been plagued early on in the season with turnover issues. Coach Pat O'Brien from the Salem Witches said in the local paper that we had more turnovers than we had shot attempts, a problem that the Lady Highlanders unfortunately have been plagued with as well. So ball control, who handles the ball, is going to be a big facet in this game.
This has the opportunity for face the winner. Championship game. You have Watertown already advancing, beating Charlestown in the first round of the earlier game. Champions face off each other on the 28th of December of 2018. Championship game. Somerville looking to get back to that, Jack.
And the key here is going to be ball control and getting the shots down low. It's going to be pivotal, especially with Taylor Casey being out. She is yet to have an undiagnosed leg injury. Certainly not playing tonight. In a brief chat before the game, she's hoping that it's not serious and looks to be back in coming weeks. Jill Hutchinson is back here this evening. She was out because of a school commitment for the last Highlander game. She's been very pivotal and been a much steadying force handling the ball for the Lady Highlanders, Jeff.
Somerville looking to get healthy and to get all their players back for the start of the new year. Hopefully Taylor Casey, once she gets diagnosed, we'll see how that goes along. It's a shame how things started. She was healthy to get back and she got hurt in that first game back. We will now take you to the starting five for this contest.
Oh, okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
There we are.
Welcome to Game 2 of this year's Highlander HOOPFEST. Your Game 2 matchup features your Somerville Highlanders and the Witches of Salem High School. Somerville leads the way in assuring sporting events are safe and enthusiastic. Respect and honor student-athletes, coaches, families, and officials by appreciating outstanding plays by all teams, supporting decisions made by coaches and officials, showing you a role model on the court and in the stands, displaying appropriate behavior in the stands at all times, using positive language and gestures, removing your hat, remaining standing for the entire national anthem, entering and exiting areas safely. Anyone not doing their part to ensure Somerville athletics are safe and positive events will be resulting in asked being lead. Somerville High School is a smoke and vape-free facility. Use of these products on school grounds will result in ejection from the contest. Thank you. In case of emergency, please locate your nearest athletic game staff member wearing a red jacket. They will point you to the best exit. At this time, first, we're going to welcome our guests, the Witches of Salem High School. At guard, number 4, Tiara Griffin. At the other guard, number 11, Stephanie Catone. At forward, number 13, Anna Catone. At forward, number 33, Cassidy O'Leary. And finally, at the third forward, number 35, Genesis Beltray. Now for your Somerville Highlanders. At guard, a freshman, number 5, Novea Sanchez. At forward, a sophomore, number 24, Bridget Frazier. At forward, number 23, a sophomore, Jill Hutchinson. At forward, a sophomore, number 22, Elizabeth Stewart. And at guard, a senior, number 15, Caitlin Seeley. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to please rise and remove your hats while the national anthem is sung by Jemima Joseph.
Going down your lineups again for Salem, Griffin, the two Catone sisters, O'Leary and Beltray. For Somerville, your mainstays of the last couple of games of McEwing and Frazier. Back is Jill Hutchison, Caitlin Seeley, and Nevaeh Sanchez. Your two officials, Jack.
Mr. Kevin O'Leary and Mr. Paul Hickey handling the responsibilities tonight. Kevin is going to be the referee, and Mr. Hickey will be the umpire. And for everybody out there, the difference between a referee and umpire, the referee is the only official who can close the book or call the game for some type of an unsportsmanlike infraction or some sort of a condition to the field house or gym. So that's basically it. And the referee is always the official who throws the ball up to start the game or to start an overtime. And here's Mr. O'Leary now, getting ready to do exactly that.
Checking to make sure that we're all set, Jack, but we have confidence that he'll be all set. Battle of winless teams going here, both from the Northeast Conference. Tap one by violation there, Jack.
And the violation is you cannot catch the tap. It has to strike the floor or another player, and sadly, the effort was good, but that's a turnover, and away we go.
Number 4, Griffin brings the ball, starts the offense to 13. O'Leary, top of the key, over to out of bounds off. Griffin's hands will give Griffin the turnover, and turnovers have begun, Jack.
Well, we're hoping that the shots will be more plentiful than the turnovers, Jeff. Both teams have been plagued with that problem.
McEwen in the corner looking to attempt the three, but the defense is right back up on her. They will not be able to attack the middle of Beltray in the middle, who's a great defensive player who played against Somerville last year. Hutchison tries to attempt it in the middle. Seeley gets into trouble. Nevaeh with the jump shot in the paint. Rebound to Beltray. Salem was in this tournament last year, Jack.
And Jeff, what I just noticed just before the Salem took over the ball was Elizabeth McEwen has been the most consistent three-point shooter for the high school. There's another turnover for Salem.
Out of bounds off Catone. Number 13 tosses it out of bounds. 7:02 left to go in the first quarter.
And Elizabeth is left wide open in the corner, but they covered her right away.
For the experience of being at a tournament play, the entire program is basically on the Somerville bench. We'll go over some of those names as they check into the game. Over to McEwen on the right side. Gets D'd up. Frazier having trouble getting to the basket. She goes all the way around Beltray. Rebound to Hutchinson. Back out. Kick it over to the corner. Swing it to McEwen. Travel on the Nevaeh not called.
Oh.
And O'Brien is begging for that call, and she got it.
That back foot, as soon as it rotated and moved, there was the call.
Hutchinson with the offensive board. Great blocks out by Hutchinson as she climbs in. Big experience by the coaching staff. Okendo, your assistant, actually co-head coaches, is how they operate in the Salem program after the long time. John Fortunato retired. Steal by Nevaeh. Looking to push the ball over to McEwen. She has to be ready to shoot because she turns it over out of bounds. Must be ready to shoot was the old Guy V. Lewis's former Houston Cougars head coach. Must be ready to shoot. That was one of his fortes. Bringing the ball up is Griffin. Nevaeh right up on her. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Beltray wants the ball in the low block as trouble with out of bounds, a dangerous pass off the hands of Beltray.
Too much of a hurry there, Jeff, to try and do something. The ball was looking to perhaps spin or turn to the basket before getting a good, solid both hands on it. As a result, another turnover. I've got it 3 for each team so far.
Now with Hutchinson in the game, she pushes it hard. Behind the back dribble, looks to create over to Nevaeh, top of the key. Bridget, right side. Nevaeh. Hutchinson looks for the jump shot. Up fake. Floater in the paint off the back of the rim. Rebound to number 13. Tears it down is Anna Conti. Or Cantoni.
Cantone, right?
In the paint. 3-second violate. No, foul. White 1. 1-5.
1-5.
Caitlin Seeley, her first, team's first. Wish we had a PA announcer.
Jada West just substituted.
No horn either.
No.
Pushing the ball is Somerville. Rebound to Hutchinson. Who scored that? Bridget?
Bridget Frazier.
Dan was so great doing the starting fives, was he just stay on the mic? Over to Cantoni on the sideline. Anna, turnover again. Hutchinson with the steal.
Two-pointer.
Two-pointer for Hutchinson. Hutchinson making way back, coming back, paying with missing that game against low block is Beltray. Still no score for McEwen with the board. Frazier tries to go all the way in. Rebound to Anna.
I think she lost the handle on that one,
Yes,
Jeff.
exactly. I'll differentiate the Cantoni sisters by their first names. Stephanie is 11, Anna is 13. Anna with the ball on the right wing. About to check in will be Nolasco for Salem. Shot clock is under 10. Anna with the jump shot. Nevea with the board, out of bounds, tipped out of bounds, but Mr. O'Neill will be calling a foul on number 4, Tiara Griffin, her first, team's first.
And the official was in great position for that. A good look at it, just a good 8-10 feet away. Easy to make that contact.
Into the game is Bella.
Chavilotti. She's been an early on substitution in most of these first few games, Jeff.
And the thing that needs to start, we'll wait for a dead ball about this discussion, Jack. West for 3. Rebound to Nolasco. Somerville's being out-rebounded by Salem. Way out of bounds, turnover number 4. As we see, Jack, the two guards, you have Nevea and you have Jill Hutchinson. They are both still adjusting to who is the primary ball handler. And you see Nevea right now, she has no concept of where she needs to be. And she's used to being the primary ball handler. Blocked by 13, Anna.
And it's so vital, Jeff, as you pointed out. Defensive responsibility has to be one or the other, especially you got a point guard who penetrates.
For those of you not noticing what I was talking about, you'll see the next offensive set where you'll see Nevea is out of location. She has no idea where she needs to be. Rebound to Bridget. Turnover, Bridget. Especially with 2 other ball handlers, she should stop and find the 2 other primary ball handlers.
And she did such a good job last contest, Jeff, handling the ball, and she probably could have taken that right in and settled things down.
Into the paint, Nolasco with the floater. Offensive board to Anna for first 2 points of the game. Bridget looks to be in the corner, swings it over to West, top of the key, Nevea. Handoff to Jill. Jill with the floater in the paint. Another rebound to Anna. Somebody's going to box her out. That's 4 rebounds. 3 at the defensive end. Walking the ball up to Salem. They could run it. She's out of bounds. No steal. No change of possession. Into the game is number 31. I'm assuming that's Katie Zico. I was told she was 13. Somerville's book was not out before the game, so I couldn't confirm that. Anna to Nolasco. Nolasco floater in the paint, finger roll. Rebound to Katie. Somerville has brought up their entire program for this game. Some players that neither of us have seen as of yet. Rebound to Katie. She'll go to the line. Foul 13, Anna Cantoni. First foul, team second.
I heard Coach Freitas refer to this as Catherine. I wonder if that's Catherine Sanchez.
All right, so we'll go
And there's a
Catherine
miss.
Sanchez.
There's one.
Bringing the ball up is now number 11, Stephanie. Gets a screen from her sister. Looks in the paint. She was wide open. Also in the game is number 14, Rago. Salem wholesale substitutions. Hutchinson steals the ball from Rago. Actually from foul. Foul will be on number 11, Stephanie.
Great thing about that, Jeff, she went right in, very assertive, and got that little push from behind, but you got the shot off, so she go on the line for 2.
Now we have Farina about to check into the game, number 33. Hutchinson taking all of the 10 seconds.
Didn't make it.
Violation white. I haven't seen that call in a long time, Jack.
No, well, it's there was movement there, and that's a line violation, and Kevin was in good position to make that call. You don't see it often, and the call you never see, though, is a 10-second violation for a free throw. It's virtually unheard of, although it's still in the rule book.
In the paint, a little floater hits the deck, out of bounds off Salem. In the NBA last night, the Brooklyn Nets game, there was a violation for an extra free throw at the end.
That's
Step
right.
in the lane, which you never see
that's
called
right.
either in the NBA. Stepping in early. You could call that in every single free throw. Did he call a double dribble?
Yep, another turnover.
Yeah, turnover on Jada. Jump shot goes, the ball goes to, West gets the board, but it gets ripped away by Rago. Rago gets the offensive board as nobody had possession of it. That's now a 6-4 game. Turnover Hutchinson.
Just lost the handle.
Keep running as the players stop. Foul will be on Nolatsko, her first, team's 4th. Keep filling the lanes, Jack, and that's what the turnover occurred for Salem. As you had a player in the paint, Nolatsko had the ball, and everybody stopped running.
And Jill Hutchinson, as Somerville was coming down, was just trying to find someone and just lost the handle, and the ball stayed loose and off it went.
Push off in the back by Nolatsko, no call, but the ball goes out of bounds, and they do get the possession with 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. Shot clocks are off. Hutchinson will pick you up at half court. Beltray still wants the ball in the low block. They finally give it to her. Turnaround into the paint, steps in off the glass for 2. I would feed her the entire game, Jack. Somerville has nobody that can guard her.
And that was a very easy play for her.
Clock is down. Bridget, Nolatsko with the steal. Bridget with the turnover. Tied up at 6 after 1. This program was taken over by Patricia and Brian and Evelyn Oquendo. Evelyn is a All-American at Salem State. Program was in control by John Fortunato for over 36 years. So they had 14 consecutive postseason appearances for Salem under John Fortunato. So a long-time program was taken over from the co-coaches, as they have them, and they have not made the tournament in the last couple of years, Jack, after consecutive tournament dates.
Well,
times for Salem.
And it's difficult after such a long tradition with Coach Fortunato for Patricia and Evelyn to step in. But there's some promise looking ahead. The turnover battle, as we've seen here, it's for both teams tonight. unofficially, I've got a 9 for Lady Highlanders, and I've got 7 for the Witches of Salem. Handling the ball has been a problem for both teams. Coaches are looking to try and see if they can battle that statistic. It's the one thing that you can't get back. You turn the ball over, there's a shot you don't get to take, and you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Jeff. And as a result, we've got a tie contest here after the first period, and handling the ball is going to be a priority for both teams.
Consistency also in the lineup. You're getting these players who, for both teams, do not have full-time varsity experience. So this is the major time that they're just getting. They played last year for Somerville especially. However, they are not battle tested.
And as you said earlier, Jeff, it's going to be difficult underneath to Genesis Beltray is going to be someone that's going to be very difficult to work up against, especially as we've seen with her experience. She should be getting the ball all afternoon long.
And almost a turnover right out of the timeout. Out of the end of the quarter. My mistake. Correction. Bridget looks for the up fake. They're right back out on her. Now, Caitlin Seeley is back into the game. Nevaeh looking to hand off. Turnover. Picks up her dribble almost. Nice pass over to McEwen for 3. Ran that play effectively. Jump ball. However, Jill almost jumped in on that. Where that's where you have to be aware.
Play was well designed, Jeff. You're right. Play was well designed. Unfortunately, the shot missed, but it was well designed.
And that would have been a violation if McEwen had her hands on the ball and Jill jumped in there and touched it herself. It's a tie game at the end of 1. Tipped away is Bridget Frazier, who's much more athletic, but she turns the ball over out of bounds. So again,
did all the hard work getting to the hoop, Jeff, and then just that last second to try and transition from the dribble to the shot, fumbled it out of bounds.
Coach Haley saying to the rest of the team, you need to run with her. As Bridget beat everybody down the court on her own. In that situation, Jackie, hold the ball up. You got 2 other ball handlers in the game for you. Pass it over to your 2 guards.
It's always easy to pass down the lane to somebody driving in, especially with no opponent.
Basically running a high-low, trying to utilize the wheel. Off the glass is Rago, who now has 4 points. They take the lead by 2 with 6:38 left to go in the half as Hutchinson brings the ball over half court. We got a 2-3 zone right now. Very active. They're trapping you on the sides. Rago very active. Bridget gets right up on it by Nolatsko. Hutchinson looks to create over to Nevaeh for the jump shot. She gets fouled. No call. Out of bounds. Almost off. Yes, traveling violation on McEwen. However, we credit her with the offensive board.
Bridget Frazier has been very aggressive on the boards in the first several games for the high school, Jeff. Both offensively and defensively. She's worked very hard at it, and unfortunately, that little misstep underneath forced another turnover.
Bringing the ball up quickly is Stephanie. Looking to create on her own is her sister, Anna. But she loses the ball out of bounds. Their activity is forcing action too quickly, Jack, instead of forcing action mentally. That's a travel. And physically versus mental. Looking to swing the ball. McEwen coming back around to the right corner. 3-second violation.
Well, that's a call I have trouble with, especially when you have someone who would play of the same size. There's no real advantage being gained there.
Who's 3-1?
31?
Yeah.
I think it was Cassie.
Screen by Anna. Baseline, also jump shot off the back of the rim. Coming into the game is number 33, gets the offensive board. 33 is Cassie O'Leary, who started, came back in. Gets the offensive board, but it goes over to Nevaeh. Nevaeh gets the ball tipped out of bounds same way. 5:22 left to go in the half.
And it was a nice effort by Cassie O'Leary, Jeff, on that play for the Witches, but she walked in uncontested. There was no block out, and she had an easy path to the basket.
Doing your scorebook today for Somerville is Valesio. Played in 4 consecutive hoop fests for Somerville. while a player here. Block, number 13, Anna. Somerville's history widely represented today with former players who played in this Hoop Fest. 19 years. McEwen with the steal. Over to Bella, looking to complete it. Off the glass for 2.
Nice using the glass on that play, Jeff. Bella did a nice job taking the time.
Ties it up at 8, a broken fast break, but they do convert. Still running a high-low as Salem, fakes in the paint. Rebound, number 11 will be fouled. She'll go to the line, Stephanie.
On the call underneath, the official was in a good position to see that play and make the call on the arm, and we'll be shooting a couple of free throws. Again, let's look for the lane violations if Kevin was pretty quick the last time to look for that.
Serena back into the game. Also, number 4, Tiara Griffin, is coming into the game. The assistant coach, Michelle Haggerty, she was on the last roster that won the Hoop Fest for Somerville. I'll get into more of that next time out. We had to change the quarters on the scoreboard, too. Count that as they go ahead by 1. Bridget looking to create, top of the key, Nevea travels.
Had the right idea, Jeff, to try and get the ball inside, but that extra misstep, another costly turnover for the high school.
As we were saying, it's their athleticism is looking to create the moves before their mental state is looking to help you create those moves, Jack. Another
nice
turnover. Hutchinson in all the way, basket does not count, and Stephanie can't believe the foul call by Mr. O'Neill.
She had no question when she was in the air. There was a little push to her waist, and just that little push is enough to throw the shot off. Good call.
Hutchinson 1 for 2. Team is 2 for 4. Beltray about to check in after this first free throw. The entire boys team over my shoulder.
Good on the first one.
In the 19-year history, Somerville has only won twice of this Hoop Fest. In the championship game several times, however, only victorious twice. And if you're scoring at home and you can name the 2 MVPs for Somerville, you will receive a big hug from Marcos. Baseline floater. Beltray gets the ball, knocks it out of bounds, but ends up in Hutchinson's hands. Looking to push the ball. She gets forced to the sideline, but keeps her dribble. Floater again in the paint. But there's no stopping Nolasco, who is rebounding all night on you.
Oh,
Turnover on 33.
Hutchinson made a good move with that turn, with that floater, Jeff. That's, I think, 3 so far in the game for her. Only converting on 1, but she's got that lane. She took the opportunity to get it. It's tough when you don't use the backboard.
Bella out, West in. 9-9 is your score. 3:30 left to go in the half. Hutchinson through the legs. Nevea creates. Bounce pass, dangerous, very, as the whole team combines and blocked by Beltray out of bounds. They all collapsed on Bridget on that play, Jack.
And the key there, Jeff, is it's very difficult to drive, as you pointed out. Turn around for the quick jump shot or pass it off to the corner.
What Bridget basically did was turn right into the zone, which collapsed on her. Jada for 3. Back rims, Beltray at the board.
Against zone defenses, that foul line is open, but it's not open for long.
Looking for Coach O'Brien just to force everything into Beltray's hands. As you go right there, basket counts and a foul. Foul will be on Jada West. Checking in again will be now number 4, Velasquez. Number 31, Sanchez. One for 2 is Salem from the line as a team. Genesis looking to complete the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. And she does.
Converts.
And she's excited. Look at the bench is excited for her. in the painted area. Ball goes off the back of the rim, out of bounds. I don't think anybody touches it. Mr. O'Neill says no, it was tipped out of bounds. Hutchinson looks a jump shot right out of air ball. And the rebound goes to Nolasco. That's her 5th. Great up fake. Travel, no call. Nolasco runs it down. Can't dribble, she already dribbled. Over to Stephanie. Off Beltre's foot. Sanchez brings the ball up, she turns the ball over. Great crossover by Stephanie. She gets held up by Neve. And the low block is Beltre off the glass again for 2. Beltre looking to get that MVP of this tournament. If she keeps scoring this way, she has 7 points. 2 minutes remaining in the half. Bridget for 3. Back rims. Nolasco tips it away off her back. Bringing the ball up is number 4, Tiara Griffin. They are looking to run, Jack.
Well, you said it earlier, Jeff, getting the ball into Beltre. That should be the play all night until you can stop her. They should keep doing it.
Foul will be on Bridget. Her first, team's 3rd?
Now 5th, I believe.
Yeah.
5th team foul.
After the first free throw, we will have Jada.
And here's the
McEwing.
replay. There's the shot. Bridget got her on the way up.
2 for 4 is Salem as a team. The entire Watertown team over our shoulder. Charlestown has already left. And running a great box out. The shooter is Hutchinson. Hutchinson wants 3 more. Off the hands of Caitlin Seeley, out of bounds. But Mr. O'Neill says it's tipped off. See a replay of that one. Stack at the top of the key. Out of bounds. Up. Better grab it, Elizabeth. Gets stolen. But great defensive play by Elizabeth to recover. Great recover off what could have been a really dangerous play, Jack, as the inbound.
The one thing of note, Jada West takes it in and makes the basket off the board.
Off the glass is Jada, who is your big-time scorer so far today. Technically, Elizabeth could have grabbed that without a violation.
Very easy because there's no backcourt status on a throw-in.
But she just got outrun. She just got outrun.
That's right.
Just out athleticism, just completely. Foul will be on Caitlin Seeley. A push. Nolasco pushes her back. Got to stop that action right now before it gets too crazy. Nolasco did not appreciate Caitlin Seeley's in-your-face defense. Looks like Seeley will be coming out. You can still sub right now. Nevaeh into the game, Seeley out. And reading Coach Freitas Haley's lips, she looked at her and said, "What happened?" Just explain, all nodding positively, so we know Caitlin is not taking the blame. Jada tips it out of bounds. Into the speaker, into the announcing table. PA announcing table. Would have knocked over Dan if he was still standing there. Dan, a good 6'7" himself. Dominant in the low block himself, but not as dominant as Beltre is today. Beltre looking to set a screen for you, Jack.
And clock is going to be a factor here. We got 38 seconds left to go, so let's see if Salem's going to try and hold on to this for a little while.
Both teams looking for their first win. Beltre getting a low block, power dribble in the paint, pushes in. Nolasco at the board. Hutchinson beats everybody down the court, looking for the open jumper over to Nevaeh. Jump shot. Baseline jump shot for Nevaeh. As as they cut it to a 1-point lead with under 10 seconds to go in the half. Jump shot. No. Tipped out of bounds by Jada. 4.2 to go. Let's see what kind of offensive play they get as Tiara Griffin missed the shot there, or the rebound. Stephanie to inbound into Beltray. Time's a waste to Mr. Kane off the side of the backboard. 0.9 left to go. You still have the ability to attempt a shot with
We have
0.9, Jack.
0.6 seconds to do so.
Has to be quick. Must be ready to shoot. Put up, Nevada. How's it sound?
Oh, not going to get it up.
At the half, we have a 1-point lead for Salem. This is something Coach Freitas Haley cannot be happy with. However, we are happy to take you to halftime with the Somerville Highlanders down by 1, 14-13. You are watching the 19th annual. And we're back, Jack, going over the halftime scores for Somerville. 2 points for Bridget, 2 points for Jada, 2 points for Bella, 2 points for Nevea, and leading the way, 4 points for Jill. Foul trouble, Seeley with 2, and everybody else has 1. Jill has 1, Bridget has 1, Jada has 1. For Salem, the Lady Witches, 1 point for number 11, Stephanie. Number 13 has 2. Angelica Rayo has 4. And leading the way is Genesis with 7. Foul trouble, only Stephanie Cantoni with 2. And their foul for free throw, 2 for 5 is Salem, and 2 for 4 is Somerville with only Hutchinson getting to the line. Oh, actually, no. 3 for 6. Catherine got to the line, so 3 for 6 is Somerville.
Well, and Jeff has, we talked about starting the game off, turnovers are a problem. Both teams this afternoon, there are more turnovers in this game than there are at Lindell's Bakery, and as a result, we have a pretty even contest point-wise, but turnover-wise, it's been a tough matchup. Both teams have had trouble handling the ball. Bright spot, as you mentioned, was Genesis Beltray, who has been living in the paint and being able to get the shot up, and I'd look to see more of that going on here in the second half because it's worked.
And your assistant coach and JV coach, Michelle Haggerty, worked at Lindell's Bakery for a long period of time, Jack.
That's correct. That did my own daughter, Carolyn, so I'm well familiar with it.
Exactly.
The Connolly family built the west wall of that fine establishment.
Over to Nevea, right side. Out of bounds, off the hands of McEwen as she shakes her head in disgust. Johnson Thomas and Giovanni Pierre here, 2 All-Stars. Future All-American Giovanni Pierre. Sitting next to me is a future All-American himself. Get the ball. Lewis, a legend in his own right on the field with 4 straight victories on the football field, leading his way against Cambridge in the Thanksgiving Day game, Jack.
A memorable evening, that's for sure.
But he's
Great
not as
contest.
memorable as Jill Hutchinson to be on the court as she passed the ball back, she travels. Jill Hutchinson with the turnover. Still holding a 1-point lead is Salem. Same starting 5s are out there. Bridget tries to tip it away from Beltray, goes out of bounds, and it is now Somerville's ball, as it did go off
hustle play.
Beltray.
Very nice hustle play by Bridget on that one, Jeff.
Hutchinson looks into the paint, comes out for 3, McEwing. Rebound by 33, O'Leary.
And had Jill, Elizabeth McEwen gone for that rebound, it would have been right there in her hands.
Up fake, baseline, air ball, rebound, Nevea. She brings it all the way, takes off a little too early, rebound, ripped out of bounds, tries to get it back is Stephanie, but she throws it out of bounds, so it's Somerville's ball. And the rule, Jack, the officials do not run after the ball, and you can explain why.
Because you don't want to see something happen in the paint while the ball is dead. You don't want to see players pushing, shoving, or causing a problem each other. Your job is to observe the conduct on the floor, especially during a timeout.
So that's why there should always be ball runners at every gym. Blocked in the 3 blocks now for Anna. McEwen for 3 more. Anna with another board. No box in a row. Somerville better box out or they'll be in the consolation game against Charlestown. 6:30 left to go in the quarter for 3. McEwen with the board. Jill pushes the ball up. Everybody's got to run with her. She floats it in the paint again.
And there's that floater.
6 points for Jill as they take the lead. Timeout, Coach O'Brien.
There's that floater again, Jeff. That was the 4th time she's done it. She's made 2 of them. She's been able to penetrate, get inside. But as you said, she was left to take that shot because nobody had run with her, but she made a nice penetration in there. Nice play by Jill Hutchinson.
That was a rule, Jack, that some people had questioned for years about the confines of this gym, especially. You have so much space at the far end with the curtain not being down. Ball can roll all the way back to the far end where the wrestling mat used to be, and the officials do not leave the court area to go running after the ball. That's why you either have a ball runner or your player has to go get it.
Oftentimes, the athletic director will make sure to have somebody available to help out with that. But the official's responsibility is who's on the floor, and you don't want to turn your back and to have one official trying to keep an eye on the benches and on the players on the floor is difficult. So you're encouraged to have both players watching players on the floor, even during a timeout, because things can be said and you want to be there to hear, particularly anything that might be unsportsmanlike.
Jada West checking in during that timeout as she tapped the table. She's in, McEwen's out. Salem inbound. Also number 14, Rago, who had a very good showing in the first half. Griffin off the glass. Bridget with the board, rips it away. Hutchinson looking for 2 more. Bounce pass blocked out of bounds. That's 4 blocks now for Anna.
Jeff, everything was terrific about that. Jill got the ball up, passed off, great feed underneath to Jada, just couldn't finish.
In the painted area, we should be called a violation for traveling, probably.
That extra step, she took a little quick step and...
Freitas Haley saying, just pull up. All the way, nobody gets back. For the layup is number 4, Griffin for 2. As they take the lead once again with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. But there's no stopping Hutchinson. Turns the ball over. I thought it got ripped away from her with a foul. But here comes 33. Cassidy over to Rago. Flat-footed jump shot. Jump ball. Possession Salem.
Neve did a nice job on that, Jeff. She held on to the ball and...
7 rebounds now for Anna Cantoni. Almost slipped away by Nevea, but recovery by Tiara, who is carrying the ball every time she dribbles. Pull-up jumper. Jada with the board. Bridget looks in the paint. Seeley looks to turn around, but she'll get blocked. Nevea with the offensive board, but it goes out of bounds. Saves it, though. I thought it was out of bounds. Jack for 3. West. Up back rims. Rebound to number 4, Griffin.
And Jada West was in too much of a hurry trying to pick up that steal after this, and she's called for the foul.
Into the game, back again is Catherine Sanchez. Comes in for Jada. Lewis leaving my side. Jill with the steal.
Nice steal.
Off the inbound. Nevea, right wing. Frazier, back rims it. Nolasco gets the ball, tipped it out of bounds. Give Nolasco the board. And it was number 13, Stephanie, who dribbled the ball on the baseline. for the turnover.
All alone underneath.
They're not looking. 3-second violation. Good call, Jack. 3-second violation on Seeley in the paint. 4:19 left to go in the third. Another timeout by Salem. 2 timeouts in a row.
On that 3-second call, it's a call that a lot of people misunderstand. Will Chamberlain was originally responsible for 3 seconds. He was responsible for 4 rule changes in the game of basketball. 3 seconds being one, because it's 7 feet tall. In high school, he could stand in the basket and essentially drop it in every time. So there's no major advantage when you have a player 5 feet tall and another player 5 feet tall under the basket. It is when you have a player who's a foot taller, obviously they have a major advantage. So I'm not happy when I see an official call that when you have players of equal size and stature, especially when somebody looks like they're on their way out of the zone. But it's a call that frustrates a lot of people, but the intention was to take the advantage away from a much taller or bigger opponent.
And that was also the reason why they widened the lane to try to prevent Will Chamberlain from scoring as much. And Will Chamberlain used to always say, they changed the rules to stop me. The NBA changed the rules to help Michael Jordan succeed, and they changed the rules to stop me. So those are the famous quotes by Mr. Will Chamberlain. Inbound the ball to number 4.
He was not wrong, Jeff. He was not wrong.
Almost a turnover by Salem. Looking to Anna, the top of the key. She goes straight into the paint, gets her own board, rips it away, gets fouled. Basket counts and a foul. 2 offensive boards on that same possession. She now has 9 boards. Coming back is McEwing. Mr. Jay Keene in the house, former head coach of Wilmington High School.
Anna Cantone made a nice play on that, Jeff. The trouble was she put the ball down on the floor, which normally gives the defense a chance to come over because of her athletic ability. She got the shot off and made good on that one.
They now have a 4-point lead as Hutchinson brings the ball up to Nevaeh. Bella gonna check in next to the ball. Hutchinson looks to McEwen. She's gonna put that shot up. Must be ready to shoot off the glass. Nevaeh for 3. Cuts it to 1. Now we have an issue with Mr. O'Neill. 2-4 wide delay a game. Ball tipped out of bounds, and Jack, next time it will be.
And we.
Next,
go ahead, Jeff.
next it was tipped out of bounds. Bridget touched the ball after the basket was in, so delay a game.
And it's always a warning. You never come up with a technical foul on that.
For 3 more. Looking to tie it up off the glass. Matching threes off the glass. Tiara knocks it down for a 22-18 lead as Hutchinson comes down. Nevaeh wants to back it up with her own shot in the paint. Reverse layup. Rebound to number 33, Cassidy O'Leary.
Jill Hitson had the right idea, Jeff. She just couldn't get under the basket to make that pivot and put it off the glass.
Another up fake, but she gets picked up quickly by Jill, who now knows that she can knock him down. Nolasco looking to take her baseline. And Rago fights for the ball. It goes off her leg. Should be someone on the ball. But no, Mr. O'Neill says same way.
I think he had it off one of the Somerville girls' legs as it bounced out of bounds.
Beltray. Here comes Stephanie. Out is Rago. Out is O'Leary. Salem fans next to us with big signs. Steele, Frazier.
Yeah.
Nevaeh gets blocked in the paint by Beltray. That's 2 blocks. All the way down. Crossover. Looks to shoot it, but Nolasco wants 3. Rebound to Bridget Frazier. That's her 3rd rebound as Frazier pushes the ball. Everybody beating them down the court. Nevaeh with a baseline floater. She now has 7. Cuts it to a 2-point lead for Salem. Salem maintaining this lead almost the entire game as Beltray wants the ball in the low block on Bridget Frazier. Takes a big step, a base that pass.
Oh, nice
Give her
look.
the assist to Anna as they have the Twin Towers in the paint, Jack, making it almost really difficult to defend.
And Beltre made a nice look, dropped it off as Anna Cantone came down the lane and was dropping it into 2.
Frazier wants 3. Bella with the board. Bella in the paint. Almost a turnover, gives up on the play. And we almost have an injured Stephanie who's on the ground. She's looking to get up. Travel by Tiara, no call. Carry by Tiara, no call. 3 for Tiara. Offensive board. And it gets blocked in the paint.
There's a call.
We'll credit Bridget Frazier with the block, though, Jack. Going back to the line is Anna Cantone.
Bella Calvalotti was called for the foul on that one. Here's the
Okay.
play coming back at us, Jeff. Inside, there's the contact. Bella was inside, caused that foul.
Rago about to check in after this free throw, and Coach Freitas Haley knows that there's a problem down low with the size, so she's bringing in Lauren Farina, number 33. Who will get the first attempt to box out Beltre right now. And she does not succeed. Put back, Beltre gets the offensive board. 2 offensive boards. Give it to Anna as well.
3-on-2 opportunity.
Jill wants the 3, but up fakes over Nevaeh. She puts it up. Back rims. Nevaeh with the board. Reset. McEwing for 3. Beltre with the board. That's 5 boards for Beltre. 4 at the defensive end. Air ball. Almost saved. Here comes West. Checking back in is Cassie O'Leary.
Well, we're under a minute now, Jeff, and possessions are going to be the big story here in the last quarter is who can maintain them, minimize the turnovers, get those shots. Salem's done a nice job getting the ball down low.
A lot of your veterans have not gotten into the game. Scott, Alita, tipped away. Number 11, Stephanie, who is a junior. Foul will be on Jill. And that's where things are going to start stacking up because now we have Jill has 3. Watch your feet there, Jelani. 2 fouls on Caitlin, 2 on Jill, 2 on Jada. I don't know, Jake. Off the back of the rim, Stephanie misses. So consecutive free throws now missed by Salem. 3 in this quarter. With 28 seconds to go, shot clocks are off. Beltre is out. That's in, maintaining their lead. 25-20, 5-point lead. Game's at 1 o'clock on Friday if they do not hold on here, Jack.
Wow.
But West says, I'm going to make a part of it. I'm going to dish it off in the paint. Rebound to 33, Cassidy. Almost a turnover. Rago travels, no call. Foul on Farina, no call. Ball's out of bounds, same way. 5 seconds to go. Keep an eye on the clock, count it down. Dan Curry now wearing a jacket for some reason. In the paint, Farina, long 5 seconds there. At the buzzer, no call. Stephanie with the board. As you see, highlights here coming around for this team. It was the 17-18 season where this group took over. Okendo and Patricia O'Brien named co-head coaches. Okendo went to Salem High School and Salem State.
Your 50-50 raffle tickets. I have the winner. The winner is a red ticket, number 5, 3, 4, 6, 8, 7.
Salem won the 1980 state championship, and Okendo was a part of that team, and she also won the national championship with Salem State. She's in the Hall of Fame of both teams. She's also a 3-time All-American during her college years. She at one time held the most points scored in a game for Salem State, but that's now held by Norma Waggart with 44 points. Norma Waggart transferred to Salem State after 2 years at St. Joseph's of Maine. Somerville's ball to inbound as we state. So this team has not made the tournament since 2013. Best record in the last 10 years in 2009. They're 15-5, lost to Cambridge in the quarterfinals. Hutchinson bringing the ball up. Seeley back into the game in foul trouble. West out, Farina out. McEwen looks to be in pain. Everybody's standing around, Jack.
And it's difficult to beat the zone when you're just passing the ball outside. Very low percentage shot.
Rago not expecting that pass. Offensive board, miss, rebound McEwen. Anna with the offensive board. She now has 11 boards total, 6 offensively. O'Brien not wasting any time. She's bringing Beltray back in. Somebody has to leave. Rago out. Activity on this inbounds play. Looked to be off Hutchinson's leg.
As you said, Jeff, Coach O'Brien's making use of those twin towers. Try and maintain this 5-point lead right now as we maneuver into the fourth
And
quarter.
that's the thing. Do you combat it by defensively doing the same? And Coach Freitas Haley is not. She's keeping McEwen in there, who has quicker feet to try to guard, but doesn't have the strength to box out Beltray as they get another offensive board. 5-point lead with 7:16 to go.
The key, Jeff, is to penetrate the Salem zone. The free throw line is available.
Or stay wide and swing your passes and find the open shot on the left side. McEwen just needs to stay wide. Another board by Anna, who's going to be making the All-Star team no matter what. Velasco could be an All-Star team member. Off the glass, over the back on Anna, no call. Ball goes out of bounds the same way, though. Now, if you're Somerville, I would just pack a zone into the paint here, because all their passes, all their plays, most of it is coming from the painted area. There you go. Beautiful inbound play. 9 points now for Beltray. Genesis, who's looking to be the MVP of this tournament. Sanchez gets stopped on the baseline. Swing the ball. McEwen needs to get away from the top of the key and stay wide for some threes. Out of bounds, Bridget. 6:28. I'm looking for a timeout here by Coach Freitas Haley, who hasn't taken a timeout yet this game.
That was a very low percentage shot, Jeff, particularly from the foul line with little or no rebounding help underneath.
Greg Nolasco looking to go deep, and she's beating Seeley. White ball goes off Beltray. And Nolasco had Seeley beat for a wide open layup if they just saw her, Jack.
And you want to try and get inside so you can get a higher percentage shot and hopefully get fouled so you can go to the free throw line and stop the clock.
Trouble is turnover to Hutchinson. Foul will be on McEwen. She doesn't like that call. 22, yes. And they are not over the limit. Salem has not committed a foul the entire half. So if the game gets close, Jack, they're going to have to foul to stop the clock. Going to the line for 2 is Griffin. West coming into the game. So Alita hasn't played yet. Nevaeh is out at the end of the bench talking to Michelle Haggerty.
And the problem, Jeff, for the high school is with just 2 more fouls to give up. Salem could be in the bonus for quite a bit of this period.
Knocks down the second. 8-point lead now with 6 seconds to go. Ed McNamara could get his dream. Hutchinson looks to create but goes nowhere. Bridget looks in the paint, high-low, up fake, ripped away. No, Seeley with the offensive board. floater. Jada West with great box out position. Gets her offensive board and we'll go to the line for 2.
And she did the right thing there, Jeff. Just got the rebound, went right back up with it. Didn't try and put it in the floor, went right back up with it. She got fouled. There is the replay. There's the shot.
Fouls on Nolasco.
No good.
But it was incredible position that she created on her own, using her body effectively. Where the defender had no chance at all to stop her without fouling her. Malden Catholic just showing up, Jack. Their game's sooner than it is, and they should already be stretching out.
Warming up.
Yeah. Five. Looking deep to Nolasco, who beats him again. All the way in for 2. Nolasco with the offensive board counted.
Oh, nice job.
Tell you, we got to give Nolasco some all-star possibilities here, as they're up by 8 points now with time of wasting.
Again, another turnover.
Stephanie going with the ball control. Beltre was not expecting that, but she'll shoot it. She's not happy with that shot whatsoever. She's saying to her teammates, I don't know why she did that. And Rago is cracking up, coming into the game to check in for Beltre as she leaves. Oh, we can laugh about it now. We're okay, Jack, as Salem looks at it.
Yeah, they laughed at. That was a shot that she was not expecting. And
Well,
said,
she wasn't expecting a pass to begin with.
That's right.
But West into the paint. Okendo asking for a travel. Board goes to number 33, Cassidy. She has 6. Farina about to check in. Double dribble, yes. Turnover. She moved her pivot foot before she even dribbled, Jack, so it should have been a violation before that.
Well, with just under 5 minutes, Jeff, still plenty of time for the Lady Highlanders to come back in this effective ball management and taking advantage of a shot under the basket, as we just saw.
Farina with the board. She'll go into the line for 2. Farina with the defensive board. Foul will be going to the reporting area. 1-5, Nolasco.
Now with the clock stopped, we have a chance to pick up 2 points. Here we are on the replay. Nice up fake. Missed, but there was the foul.
Farina with 2 free throws. Farina was on the varsity roster last year. 4:33 to go. Freitas Haley has all her timeouts. Your 2 stars.
There's
Not
one.
in uniform. Jemima. You'll probably see her sometime in January. Rago, you're seeing her right now with those passes. Nolasco in the paint. Rebound to Farina. Bridget wants a jump shot. Rebound to Sanchez. Rebound to Bridget Frazier. Turnover all the way in for 2 will be Stephanie. No foul called as Hutchinson keeps her distance. You might have wanted a foul there, Jack, to stop the clock. Make sure she doesn't get the easy 2.
That's the way to do it. Make her earn the shots.
That might put the nail in the coffin now with that turnover, Jack, as we have 3 minutes to go. Bridget Frazier says no nail yet. I'm going to get the steal. Tips it away to Sanchez. Sanchez could have been called for a double dribble, but there's no stopping West on the baseline. Bring it back out and start your offense. West doesn't want to do that. Farina now with another offensive board in for 2.
That's it.
3 rebounds so far for Farina. She has 3 points. Double.
Have a timeout.
Timeout Salem. What do you call? Timeout, full timeout Salem.
Just indicating the coach called the timeout.
Yes. And that has, Salem now has 2 timeouts remaining, Somerville with none. So Watertown already advancing. to the championship game of this December 27th is today. December 28th will be the championship game. Watertown already locked in there. Somerville winning twice, Jack. The year of the 2004 season. So December 2003, Somerville beat Boston Latin, which was Tanya Perry was the MVP. And in 2008, 2009, the year when Michelle Haggerty was on there, it was a win against Fontbonne, and it was Jill Liberatore who was MVP. So Somerville has 2 victories in the 19 years. The rest of them, they'll forever be known as the Claire Murphy Memorial Tournament Trophy. Claire is the head coach of Fontbonne, who came in here for years, and she has the record for championships in the HOOPFEST. And they have since retired from this tournament. Again, Nolasco wide open.
And beating the press, throwing it long is the way to do it if you got the person who can do it.
Somerville coming out. Oh, foul on McEwing.
I think Jada got away with one. She was a little rougher than the call that was actually made, but sometimes that happens. You just aren't in a position to see everything.
One more foul, they'll be over the limit with 3 minutes to go. And they look into Beltray in the paint on West. Beltray baseline hook. Rebound West, great positioning West. If you want to learn how to rebound the proper way, just watch a tape of West as she gets fouled by Nolasco. That's 4 fouls on Nolasco. She'll be going to the line for 2.
I give, here's the replay again here. Here's Jada going to the hoop.
They're saying that's on the ground as she was not going up.
And she clearly was still dribbling the ball when the block
Nevaeh jump shot.
There's 2 more.
2 points for Nevaeh. 9 points now. As they're cutting the lead, Nolasco though puts a nail in it.
Oh.
4 points now for Nolasco as she increases the lead back up to 7 with 2 minutes to go. But Jill's got to put some jump shots up. Crossover, another rebound by Farina. McEwing. Same way, here comes number 13, Katie Zico. Is this a sign that Freitas Haley has pulled the plug there, Jack?
Well, there's still plenty of time, Jeff. The clock can stop quite a bit, and with the 3-point shot, it's only a couple of possession game here.
We got defensive veterans. We have Scott on the bench, Guprit on the bench. Bella has not come back in. Alita has not come back, has not played at all. Freitas Haley did tell me before the game that we did have a lot of sick players on the roster. So they might be some of the ones that are battling a cold. Carla not into the game either, senior. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go. Sam arriving in the paint. McEwing puts it up for 2. 5-point lead, looking deep. Somerville not picking anybody up deep as Cassidy gets in for the layup. And that would kill Somerville.
Be the one, Jeff. That might be the one.
They're not getting back. You have to have somebody get back as O'Brien is taking full advantage of Somerville's slowness. Got to get McEwing wide for some threes. Tiara with the steel trowel. Oh, my God.
Oh, my, yikes.
As she got caught between the dribble and the pass, McEwing looking to go for layup. Put it up is Katie Zico with the board. 1 minute to go, 1 minute. As Salem looks to end this game and advance to the championship game and get their first win. Offensive board. 50 seconds to go. Somerville has to foul to stop this clock. McEwing gets nailed in the paint. No call. Checking in now is West. Checking in is Bridget. Checking in is Bella. Still plenty of time, Jack, with 3-point shooters that you have on this team.
And the dilemma here now that Somerville has is that they're still 3 fouls away.
Another
Salem has 3
timeout
more
by
to give up.
Salem. Freitas Haley keeping all those timeouts in her back pocket.
Salem has only 14 fouls so far in the half, Jeff, so they can afford to give up 2 more fouls before we're in the bonus. Again, another disadvantage that the Highlanders face. With the 3-point shot, however, and a couple of good defensive plays, you can get right back in it.
Both teams, well, 0-3 is Salem, and Somerville winless with 4 losses. 1 non-league game to Methuen and 3 in the conference. Resetting what the action is. 1 more foul for Somerville. Salem will be over the limit. 36-29 lead, 43.9 seconds to go. 28 seconds on the shot clock Salem has after the timeout. Let's see what kind of play Patricia O'Brien puts together for their inbound.
And this is where a defensive stop is absolutely a must, Jeff.
Down the middle is Beltray with a left-handed hook. She scores, and that's it, Jack.
That was almost too easy, Jeff.
Hutchinson with the jumper. Beltray gets in her face. Nobody boxed out O'Leary. It's just effort, Jack.
That's it, or a lack thereof.
Except for Hutchinson. Double dribble. Great defensive play there by Hutchinson. Forces a turnover on Cantoni. Stephanie with 21 seconds to go. That's the last thing Salem wants, is a turnover in that set. Hold on to the ball for 3. Rebound to Anna. She will be on the All-Star team with 16 boards. 12 seconds running down. Foul will be on Bridget. Somerville will play in the consolation game against Charlestown at 1 o'clock. On Friday, the 28th. Going to the line is Stephanie, who is 2 for 3 from the line. 1-and-1 situation. Stephanie is a junior, so watch out next year as you have both sisters coming back for another time. And number 13, Anna, who's dominated off the glass in this game. 2 for 2. Steph knocks him down. 40-29 at the buzzer. West. Count it!
Unfortunately, too little, too late, Jeff.
Let's see what we have here.
All right, Megan!
Almost set.
2, 6. All right, going over the stats we have for Somerville. 2 points for Bella, 2 points for McEwing, 2 points for Frazier, 3 points for Farina, and 6 for Hutchinson, and leading the way, Nevaeh with 7, and Jada West with 7 on that 3 at the buzzer. For a total of 32 points, 5 for 8 from the line is Somerville, or was Somerville. For Salem, 2 points for Cassidy O'Leary, number 33. 4 for Rago, 4 for Nolasco. And Nolasco is a big star defensively and getting out on the break. 6 points for Stephanie Cantoni. Tiara Griffin with 6. 7 points for Anna, who also had 16 boards on my book. And leading the way, Genesis Beltray with 11 for a total of 40. They went 6 for 13 from the line, Jack. So that's their first win. Does not count towards the Northeast Conference, but it does count towards getting to the championship game of the 19th Annual Highlander Hoop Fest against Watertown. So that will be a very good matchup on Friday the 28th. And Somerville, unfortunately, bounces to the consolation game against Charlestown and looking for their first win as they now fall to winless with 5 losses.
Well, we got to give credit to these Witches of Salem for the good all-around offensive showing, especially off the boards. Anna Cantoni with those 16 rebounds, and she and her sister, along with Genesis Beltray, combined for that inside combination that Somerville lacked. The inside points that Beltray and Anna Cantone were able to accumulate certainly made a big difference for Salem, and there were other balanced scoring as well. Some was plagued with, again, too many turnovers and the lack of offensive firepower, as it was nice to see Jada West and Nevaeh do a nice job, but there's just not enough scoring. As a result, we were in a very difficult situation trying to play comeback in the second half, and there were no three-point shooters today. Nobody really had the range. Jada West made a nice last-second shot, but that was, again, too little, too late.
And the issue still remains as you have your players coming back. Jamima will be back. She is your star. She'll be back come January. And with that, your team will have to readjust. Your whole offensive sequence, everything you run, everything you're playing, your whole game plan will change. And that's what will happen because she's used to handling the ball a lot, primarily. And so it'll be a new role for Bridget. It's going to be a new role for McEwing, who was used to getting wide open shots, where now he'll be crashing for Jamima, and now your guards. That's where the problem has to be solved.
And Taylor Casey, we'll certainly know within the next week whether or not she's going to be able to see some more opportunity this year. She was talking to her before the game this afternoon. She was optimistic that she's feeling a bit better and that she might see some more time in the next week or two. So that will certainly add to the high school's ability. Jamima Joseph just is such a big presence down low that it will open up the floor for other players. And in the meantime, I've got to give a nice shout out for Bridget Fraser, who has rebounded at both ends of the floor pretty well. She's been in the middle of a lot of those rebound situations. Ball handling, as you pointed out earlier, both Jill and Nevaeh have a little bit of an issue on who's going to be the primary ball handler, who's going to handle it, and who's going to be the defensive responsibility. Coach Sheila Freitas-Haley will certainly need to work on improving that over the course of the next week. Hopefully we'll see some more of that tomorrow in the consolation game, 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Well, the one positive, Jack, is that the players who are out have been able to practice into that sequence. So your practice is much different than what you're showing on the court. So that's one positive that Freitas-Haley has in her back pocket.
For sure, and we're likely to see as the season goes on in previous years, as the players get to work closely with each other, especially with some of these players being out, the frequency of turnovers will hopefully diminish in all our games so far. It's been just too many, as both coaches have said, that every shot you miss is every shot you don't get a chance to take is a major misfortune for any high school team, where rebounds and free throws typically decide a lot of these games. Turnovers never help yourself.
So with the final score, 42-32 loss for Somerville, they have an even higher mountain to climb now, but better results are coming their way as you have been watching the 19th annual Somerville Highlander Hoop Fest on Educational Channel 15. The consolation game will be coming up for Somerville. I have been filling in for Todd Harmon. My name is Jeff Argenziano, along with Jack Connolly. I appreciate the opportunity, Jack, and we'll see you in the consolation game on December 28th on Educational Channel 15.